Bro, imagine this. You're born into a super wealthy family. Your monthly allowance is 200,000 yen, or about $1,350, and you can spend all that cash freely on your biggest passion. For our main character, Yutaka, this isn't imagination. This is reality. Yutaka is a hardcore otaku. He spends all his money on one thing, his hobby revolving around an actress and voice actress named Konomin. He's willing to drop hundreds of thousands of yen just to buy merch and anything related to his idol. The whole class might laugh at him, saying he's wasting money, but Yutaka doesn't care. To him, this isn't just a hobby, it's his way of being happy, and also his way of supporting the industry he loves. His life was perfect until one day his earthly paradise started to crack. A call came in from his dad. At first, Yutaka was chill, thinking he was going to get good news about an allowance raise. But his dad's voice was heavy, and from there, a barrage of bad news hit him mercilessly. Their family home was sold. The hotel business that was their mainstay collapsed. The racehorse expected to win got injured instead, and all other investments failed totally. The peak came when his dad admitted he was in huge debt and had to run away for a while, and Yutaka was left all alone, armed only with the address of an old villa left by his mom. In this moment, Yutaka's world crumbled, but what he feared most wasn't losing money or luxury. What he feared most was the possibility of having to cut ties with Konomin, the only thing that made his heart full all this time. The Sultan Otaku's journey had just ended, and his new journey as a regular person started right here. So, with a broken heart and an empty wallet, Yutaka finally arrived at his mom's villa. But his expectations of living in a luxury home were instantly shattered. What he found was a dilapidated old apartment. The paint was peeling, the mailbox was broken, it looked like it was about to collapse. He was so mad he started ranting to himself, until he accidentally bumped into someone. And that person was Hinata Rino, the most popular, flashy, and noisy girl in his class. The person Yutaka had always considered the total opposite of his world. Here's where the first plot twist of Yutaka's new life begins. He was shocked to see Hinata in a dump like this, carrying a bunch of groceries while holding a little kid's hand. And his shock intensified when Hinata pointed to one of the doors in that old apartment and said, "This is my home." Yutaka, still confused, finally went inside to help carry the groceries. And inside, he saw a side of Hinata she never showed at school. A responsible big sister taking care of her two younger siblings, whose world was far from luxury. In that moment, Yutaka thought they were truly different. The loner otaku whose world was measured by money, and the popular girl whose world was measured by the value of struggle. Two poles that would never unite. But our bro would soon realize that they actually had one thing in common, which is they're both willing to scrimp like crazy just to be able to splurge all out on the things they love. Okay, so Yutaka was surprised to see this other side of Hinata, but the real reality check was just starting. While they were chatting away, the alarm on Yutaka's phone went off. Tickets for a Konomin event had gone on sale. He panicked, checking his wallet, and realized he didn't even have the 8,000 yen to buy a ticket. This is where Hinata saw Yutaka truly desperate. She explained that it's no problem spending money on a hobby, as long as it's from your own hard work. She even showed him that she could fund her hobby from part-time jobs and being a vlogger. Yutaka, seeing how independent Hinata was, finally threw away all his pride and begged, "Please teach me how to manage money." Seeing this opportunity, Hinata agreed, and from there she gave her first lesson, a business proposal that was even crazier, living together. She offered to rent a room at Yutaka's place. That way she could have her own room to strive for her hobby, and Yutaka would get rent money. But Yutaka, whose brain was still old-fashioned, immediately refused. No way a teenage boy and girl could live under the same roof. And this is where Hinata pulled out her ultimate move. She said, "The rent money from me you can use to continue your hobby, to meet Konomin." For the sake of continuing to fight for her idol, Yutaka finally agreed. And from here, their daily world war began. War number 1, transportation. Yutaka, who usually took taxis, was now forced by Hinata to ride a bike to school to save money, a 1-hour trip that felt like hell for Yutaka. War number 2, the bathroom. Hinata had a sixth sense for detecting waste. Used too much soap? Scolded. Stayed in the shower too long? Banged on the door. War number 3, entertainment. The peak was when Yutaka was singing his idol song, not realizing Hinata was live streaming. Hinata flipped out out because his voice got into the broadcast, and they ended up fighting until Hinata stormed out of the apartment. Living together was full of clashes between Yutaka's value of money and Hinata's value of struggle, filled with petty arguments, but it was precisely through these wars that they slowly started to understand each other. So, after all those little wars, Yutaka realized if he wanted to continue his hobby to invest in Konomin, he needed money. And since the allowance from his dad was gone, there was only one way: work. For the first time in his life, Yutaka took a part-time job at the same restaurant as Hinata, and ironically, he got the position he hated most: customer service. For an introvert, this was hell. But on his first day, fate gave him a little entertainment. He found a customer who turned out to be a fellow Konomin fan, had even rare merch. Yutaka, forgetting he was working, immediately got absorbed in chatting at length about his idol, to the point of disturbing the customer's meal. Hinata, seeing her junior's behavior, stepped in immediately. She dragged Yutaka away, apologized to the customer, and finally, Yutaka got scolded by the manager. His first day of work already had problems, and at the end of the day, the awaited moment arrived. First, paycheck. With a body still lethargic, he opened the envelope from his manager. He had gone through all the suffering, fought his fears, even got scolded, and the reward he got was 4,000 yen. Our bro instantly went limp, fell down from the shock. This is where the first reality check hit our bro hard. He finally realized how hard it is to make money. He finally felt a bit of the value of struggle that Hinata lived every day. Now, after getting hit with that 4,000 yen salary, Yutaka's perspective slowly started to change. He might still complain, still be shocked by the harshness of the world, but he started seeing Hinata struggle with different eyes. He started realizing that behind all Hinata's nagging about saving, behind all her stingy behavior, there was another side he never seen before, a sincere side, struggling just as she is. And the peak came during a casual chat where Yutaka finally admitted his feelings. He told Hinata that he used to really hate her flashy and popular side at school, but now he actually felt that Hinata's frugal side, which was sometimes considered stingy, was the most honest part of her. Then, in a quiet voice, he said, "That frugal side of yours is cute." This was the biggest moment of confession from Yutaka. He finally saw the beauty in the value of struggle. Hinata, hearing that, was obviously surprised, but she was also happy because finally someone accepted her as she was, without having to wear the popular girl mask. And as a return for Yutaka's confession, she gave one of her deepest emotional investments. She said, "It's true I'm stingy about a lot of things, but for someone special to me, I'm super wasteful. I will never scrimp on feelings." And that quote from Hinata was the peak of all their wars and struggles, the moment where the value of struggle finally beat the value of money. And here we enter the final part, because in my opinion, this manga isn't just a regular rom-com about a rich guy turning poor. This is a perfect case study of the manifesto that became the reason I made this video. Our bro's journey here is real proof of that manifesto. Before, he fought for his hobby using his dad's money. Easy, felt like nothing. Now, when fate forced him to struggle, that's exactly where he found something more valuable. The lesson I took from this manga is simple but hits home. Money can disappear, opportunities can vanish, but struggle and sincere feelings are never in vain. If there's something you truly love, whether it's a person, a dream, or a hobby, don't just watch from afar. Fight for it, feel it, live it. Maybe we get tired, maybe our wallets get thinner, maybe our time runs out, but without that, you'll be only rich in the wallet but poor in the heart.